Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the land of Mexico, where we bring you Tier 1 from MRC. We've obviously just seen a spectacular Tier 2, which had everything, but now we bring you the joys of Tier 1. And from this 3 or 2.67 mile circuit, it is Mr. Mercedes himself. Mr. Hodgson, how are you, sir?
Good evening, good evening. Good to join you.
Yes, we're back again.
We are.
After missing last week's Tier 1 after I was in the down south, as they call it in the Lake District. But we've flown all over the Atlantic Ocean to Mexico, whereby we are here to bring Tier 1 to you. So let's just recap on where we are in the various championships for Tier 1. Constructors' Championship is led by Alfa Romeo by 22 points at the moment, from McLaren in second place, 94. They're 4 points ahead of Ferrari, who are 5 points ahead of Alpine, and Williams in fifth on 74 points. And then in the Drivers' Championship, there's a man at the top in a Ferrari, followed closely by Lirapel on 59, Reese on 56, after he won last week, I believe. Chris Bailey in fourth and 54, and LRL in 51. So Jay Sarge is the man that they're all wanting to beat, 20 points ahead of Lirapel at the moment. He will be gunning for another race win.
Yeah, a lot of drivers taking to the track straight away as well. We saw this in Tier 2, a lot of drivers going straight out there.
Yep. Yeah,
and
indeed.
Mix of tyres as well.
Yeah, and that was the thing where we kind of seen some drivers going out on the soft compound tyres in Tier 2 and then trying to go quicker on the mediums, and it just didn't quite work. But
yeah,
I think
the delta's really high. It's about a second, I think, in terms of the delta time. So I'm quite surprised, but I mean, a few of them setting bankers you can understand.
Yeah. No, definitely. But yeah, again, interesting to see where we are and our friends in the Mercedes. Apparently, a few already chappers going for Andrew to get some points.
Yeah.
Which I think the two Mercedes need some points. I think is the key here.
Struggling in the top two tiers at the moment.
Yep.
Just had a bit of a run of bad luck and poor form. It's one of those. And but to be fair, you know, I'm looking forward to my teammate coming back. Hopefully he'll be. I think he's sunning himself at the moment.
He is.
He is. Lucky him. And I know, obviously, we've got Andrew and Ollie in Tier 1 who are great drivers in their own right, so I'm sure it'll come good. And there's some interesting tracks coming up as well, so I mean, hopefully they'll do well around here tonight.
Exactly. Andrew Bottas and Ollie Hamilton, as it will be in the Mercedes, but we're just on board with Mr. Clean, although he's not been Mr. Clean recently. He's had a few penalties as Rob, but we'll see what he can do. Oh, he's very upshifting quite early there, coming out of turn 3. Let's see what he can do. Quite a number of the drivers out in the pits, so everyone deciding to go out relatively quickly. Only about 6 drivers or so that haven't gone out. It is a really difficult track, though, to get your setup spot on, because I think you can either go one of two ways. You can go really, really kind of wing light, and you can really have poor traction through this part of the section, or you can go kind of really wing heavy, and you can just be slow down straight.
Yeah, we saw that. I was in a lot of battles, and including a DRS train at one point, until unfortunately a spun driver caused me damage and kind of ruined the chance I had decent points. But it was unfortunate. And in that DRS train, you're right, there was some that you, even with DRS against or ERS, and they were just so quick in the straight that the speed difference was unbelievable. And then you're right, and then you just close up, and I would close up the kind of late on in the lap and through that middle and last sector. But following through those S's, that middle sector, is absolutely treacherous. Understeer that you get from it is really, really difficult.
Oh,
so that's something to watch out for during the race, I think. It's just how the drivers manage that, and penalties-wise as well.
Yeah, because I think it was only, in the end, one driver came out of Tier 2 with no penalties, and that was Hosman.
Oh.
Fox River would have, had he not spun on the penultimate lap. But yeah, essentially one driver out of 16 that finished, and Ollie goes top. He was quick though in practice. Jay Sarge just said, "I hold my coffee. Wait a minute here. I'm not having that." But we'll see. We're just watching Shadow Cobra, his teammate in the Ferrari at the moment. See what they can do. Get Chris Bailey out on the mediums. So Monster set a lap, 2.1 seconds down on Jay Sarge. Chris Bailey's also gone out on the mediums. Let's see what Shadow can do.
Can you laugh from Andrew at 17.8 on the mediums? So
no, it's a good lap.
It can't be. Yeah, it is. Yeah, only 2/10 off, exactly 2/10 off the Slayer on the soft tyres. So we know how quick the Slayer is. So I think you must be really happy with that.
Indeed.
And you're right about the compromise. It is so difficult, so difficult. So yeah, this is one of those tracks that either drivers love or absolutely despise.
Yep.
I'm definitely in the latter.
Yes.
But it's just interesting to see, with the strategies we've mentioned, with the setups that you mentioned, who does get the best out of it, and it's such an interesting track. Probably more so to watch for all the people watching tonight and watching the Tier 2 earlier. It's probably just more entertaining than actually driving it, because it's so tricky. You've got to you want to push, but the track limits are brutal around here.
Yep.
I mentioned the dirty air that's so bad through the middle sector that it's really tricky to drive and keep the focus on, because you do get a bit of a break down the straight, and then after that it's just an absolute onslaught for the next minute or so to the checkered flag. It is really tough to keep your focus and keep your eye in all the way through.
Yeah, and if you get, and we're just on board with Alex just now going through those S's, and if you even get slightly offline, even not following anyone, you're compromised for the rest of the lap, because you just lose so much time as well. It's just ridiculous. And that's it. I mean, even going down the main straight, it's trying to find that breaking point for turn one, especially if you're battling with people or you're lighter on fuel or heavy on fuel at the start. It isn't as easy coming through the stadium bit. Do you ride the curbs on the left-hand side before switching into 16? It's all these kind of things. I mean, we're just going to see Alex go across. What's he going to do? He moves into 5th at the moment, so a good lap there as well.
Yeah, he took a nice line there at the last corner, and a lot of people will take a little bit more on those. Kind of the red, almost sausage curves we'll go with, but they really do unsettle the car massively in that last sector. Really bad. And actually where he is, I'm still on board with him, but through the first chicane as well, they are absolutely treacherous, and they really do just bounce the car, and there's nothing you can do about it. As I just nipped on board with O'Fatch, and he clipped one, funnily enough, and sent the car, just caught it really well. Yeah.
Just watching La Rappel just now, the two McLarens on their outlap at the moment, Gatien getting out of the way of other drivers, but let's see what La Rappel can do in that McLaren. Again, look at that, 94 1,000ths between J Sarge and LRL in second, and Reese is not that far behind. The gap between Reese and Camel Ball by 4 1,000ths. That's
wow.
This is. I mean, we thought the times in Tier 2 in terms, I think it was at 13 1,000ths of a second or something towards the point. So yeah, it's just incredible lap times that everybody's doing.
Yeah, it just shows, like you say, that level of consistency and the setup that they've got. That it is good in quali trim. It's not bad. It's still, you can overheat the front tyres, especially the front left. Mm-hmm. That really takes a pounding round here through the fast sections. Everything seems to be a left-hander, and it is very tough. And it shows if they've got a similar setup and people get that rhythm going that we're talking about, that it really pays off.
Yeah. Oh, it does completely. You hook up a lap here. It's probably very similar to kind of Russia in a way. If you can loop that lap together and link it all together, it feels great. If not, you're just hating every part of the circuit. Let's see what La Rappel can do, because he's been really quick coming through the stadium section. He goes pole as well, provisional pole, 1:15.6. 44 1,000ths quicker than J Sarge, yeah. That is a stunning lap time from La Rappel. Let's see what his teammate can do, Gatien. J Sarge is back out for a second run as well. Let's see, he's invalidated as Gatien coming through the S's. I think O'Fatch, I think you said he had a moment before. He's just running through. So let's see what he can do as he comes across the line. Early line cut there, and he goes into provisional pole, 1:15.5. It's a very early...
Ollie's on a good... Sorry, I'm just on board with Ollie, and he was 3.5 tenths up in the second sector in the Mercedes.
Yeah,
we've just been talking the need a good race, and he's taking a nice tight line.
Lost
quite a bit, lost 3 tenths in the last sector.
And
it looked clean, it looked okay.
I mean, we jumped on board just as he was coming under the stadium sort of bridge section. But yeah, you're right. It looked fine. Nothing untoward, but just shows you. Oh, the two Aston Martins are having a little a little battle here. Is one towing the other, perhaps? A bit of teamsmanship going on here. Just seen Camel Bob in front of MTO 14th, Camel 6th. Let's see what Camel can do as he comes down the tail end. Oh, just fractionally down. No, it wasn't that bad. And one of the thing
with traffic around here is quite difficult to get out the way, and if you just time at the wrong point, it's quite off-putting. I was up on my second lap, and wow, 15-0.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
Could we get into the 14s, Mark? Could we see 14s?
I think we really could. I honestly think we can.
I mean, that is an I mean, yeah, even to get into the 14s, wow. I mean, yeah, that throws the gauntlet down.
Close. Yeah, to get that close to it.
J Sarge is invalidated. He was at the end of sector 2, 0.3 of a second up, but he's invalidated. He is bailed. The two Alphas, 6th and 7th at the moment. Chris Bailey, he is out. Ooh, what did you see?
800ths down on his second run.
It's close enough. Again, what we seen in Tier 2 was that the drivers were taking the soft tyres 2 laps to get a good lap time, and we've seen it towards the end. Now, like, Ofacio's done 3 laps on his, Ollie's done 2 laps, the likes of Camo and that probably on their second, so it's an interesting approach that they're taking.
Yeah, I think I personally didn't do that. I did the 1 lap on mine, and I was mentioning drivers getting out the way. It can be off-putting here, and it really is, because it's not a wide circuit. There is a bit of runoff, and there's places drivers can move, but it is off-putting. There was a driver in the second sector went off, and at the time I was 2 tenths up, and then I suddenly went purple, and I'd lost time through that middle sector because of it. Suddenly then I made a purple last sector.
Yeah.
So I don't know what my lap time would have been.
No.
I haven't got a clue. But it does put you off a little bit, just like you mentioned, the rhythm that you need, the focus, especially that middle sector. As the Slayer's 7 tenths up on his lap at the moment. This will put him close to the top 10 if he continues on his way.
He will be.
But it's you're right, and it just keeping everything such a tricky track. There's no other way to describe it, how difficult it actually is.
Yeah, and there we go. Slayer goes 13th. I mean, this is the thing. It's a bit like, in a way, that S's section is a bit like Kota last week. And I mean, and similar to your point, I was going for a run in qualifying, encountered someone in the S's, and it just throws you off completely, because you're in such a tunnel vision almost that you're just trying to go, right, what do I need to do? Who do I need to beat?
Yeah.
Let's see what Guy can do. Guy goes 11th, we just caught him. Yep, 8 tenths quicker, so good there. Andrew's still in the pits. He's put the soft compound tyres on though. Or he had the softs on. 2 laps he's done on them.
2 laps on those, yeah. So there's only Gatien that hasn't done a lap, or hasn't posted a lap time.
Yeah, he did invalidate on his first run through the S's, I think, so let's see what he can do this time. He's coming up behind, and I think an Alpine.
Yeah, it's a tricky section. He's keeping well away from the curbs, and that first part, the second part, you can use the curbs. That first part,
I mean, ow! I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be interested in getting Gatian's comments in the Discord after, because that looked as if he didn't even jump on the brakes. Wonder if he had something went wrong with his pedals or something.
Yeah, it was a strange one. Maybe he was changing something on his display, or changing the brake balance, something. But ouch. Yeah, because he looked quite. I use the term calm through the middle sector, keeping away from the curbs, and ouch.
Yeah, Alex just went over the S's and invalidated his lap. 2 laps on those soft compound tyres. Ollie's on an out lap. Larapel's on a quick lap, but he's invalidated. J Sarge still in the pits. He's got time though.
He does, and we've seen the track improvements, and we've seen a few drivers go a good 6 tenths quicker. And if you look at the times, there's a second between the top 11 drivers.
Yep.
And that could really, even 3 or 4 tenths is going to really jump you massively up, especially those just outside of that even there we've got 16-9 to Nick BT and 16-0 for MTO in 11th. So even that, they're getting a little bit of improvement on their next runs, and that's going to really bounce them up the order.
Yep, Nick BT, fraction up at the end of Sector 1. Let's see what he does at the end of 2. 0.5 of a second up, so that again would propel him maybe up to around about sort of 16th, 17th. But you're right, and then you suddenly start to get into the monster guy Chris Bailey MTO territory where a couple of tenths, 3 tenths, will just bump you up 5 or 6 positions on the grid.
Certainly does.
Let's see what he does. Nick BT goes 17th, 1.4 behind. Different drivers taking different lines coming out of turn 17 as well. Some staying close to the pit wall, and others allowing the car to roam out towards the natural racing line.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to your traction. I was struggling through there, to be perfectly honest. Every time I started a fast one, I was getting oversteer through as I put the power down and trying to let the car drift. Sorry, even during the race, and it was a lot of drivers, as you said, taking that narrow line. It just shows the traction. That's just the little tweaks that they make in the setup makes the big difference there with the responsiveness and the stability and the traction that you can get out of the rear tyres, the camber settings and the toe settings, and obviously mine weren't good enough for that. A few drivers can do it, and I struggled, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Always, I'm not looking forward to it, let's put it that way, for Wednesday night. It's like Kota this and Kota. I don't like it. I don't know why I don't like this circuit. It's just a bit too stoppy-starty. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Brazil, love it, but not Mexico. Ollie was slower on that lap. Ofach is 2.5 tenths quicker at the moment. Still wouldn't be enough to necessarily dethrone LRL, but would get him close. Let's see what he can do. 4 tenths, near enough. He is gaining, but he's still got another probably about 0.5 tenth to find if he wants to take provisional pole. Let's see what he can do coming through that final 16 and 17. LRL was even quick as 114.9, and Ofach just 115.1.
Jeez, well, we said the 14s, we called the 14s.
Yep, we did. Yep, and JSARS goes 115.3 up to third. Doesn't at the moment look like anyone is going to get close. Ollie's about 0.5 tenth up at the moment, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to get near the hamburger. Ollie does not improve.
Sargent validated, that's his qualifying done.
Yep, Ijoni is fractionally slower in the Alpha.
A bit of a four-wheel drift at the last part as well of the S's.
You don't want that in the race.
It happened a few times, it's scary.
Oh yeah, especially considering we lost 3 players in Tier 2 in qualifying, so not great. Let's see what Johnny can do as he comes out. He takes a nice tight line as well, similar to others, and goes and stays 7th.
I've never seen somebody take the curb through there. That is definitely a new line. I talk about tight line, and then there's Ujoni's line.
Yes. And let's see, talking about people who like the curbs and I tell you what, Alex just took a very open view of the first part of the stadium complex. Is that going to improve his lap time? No, he's bailed. Reese is quicker.
Up by nearly 2 tenths.
Yep.
This could come with him close to Alex.
Yep, it could as well. It could possibly push him into the top, maybe the top 7, maybe beat his teammate. All he's done for the qualifying session. Good 6th place for him. Let's see what Reese can do.
I think he retired in the same place as Garcia.
Oh, has he? Ah, right, okay. Reese doesn't improve. Well, he does improve fractionally. Yeah, I see the Mercedes just towards the end there. Let's see what Guy can do. Oh, he's invalidated, so that's his race. Here's Monster, who is 0.005 of a second quicker, and he's invalidated. He's basically jumped over the sausage curbs. Oh, the Slayer's gone for a full moment and has lost the car completely. Yep. You were talking about a 4-wheel drift. We saw it right towards the end there, folks. And that
was to scare the life out of Chris Bailey as well, coming around the corner. I know he's finished his lap, but he has actually finished. But if he was on board, that would have scared the life out of you.
Oh yeah, but we have LRL and the Haas's on pole position with O'Fatch and the AlphaTauri second on the front row. Second row is Jay Sargent, the Ferrari our championship leader, and Lirapel second in the championship. Kid Dynamite is going to be joined by Ollie in the Mercedes Sprinter van, and 6 G-Star and Eugene are 8th versus Alex and Reese in 9th and 10th. It's a Red Bull row 4, Red Bull Alpha row 4 and row 5. Camel Ballboy and Chris Bailey round out the top 6. MTO and Guy 13th, 14th. Monster will start 15th. Free choice tyres, as does everybody from the bottom 10. Slayer in 16th, Shadow Cobra 17th, and we'll come back to the final 3.
Gatian's Nick BT, Gene Genie and Gatian.
There we go. Happy days. So no one in the top 10 is on the mediums. All will start on the soft compound tyres, as we have seen from Tier 2. And we've seen it though, right? You could do soft, medium, but Morgan seemed to get sort of towards the end, the softs were just too powerful. Soft, medium, soft.
He didn't mean to do that. I was on the party with him. He didn't want to do that. He was trying to go for the soft, medium, soft, which I was trying to do as well. And he wasn't planning on doing that, to be perfectly honest.
That explains it. Because to be fair, I thought, it's a brave move. And then, the last 10 laps where he was on the mediums and Martin and Cole were on the softs, he was just like a lamb to the slaughter, to be honest, at that point.
He mentioned that, funny enough.
Yeah.
Or words to that effect.
Words to that effect, yep, there we go. Clearly learning from us in the terms of how to clarify things.
There's a few T-side terms came out.
Yes, I can imagine a few maybe expletives may have come out. I'll tell you one thing, looking at that picture, there's a bit of cloud there that looks a little bit dark. Now, I don't think we're going to have rain in Mexico, because I think it's rare. But
there's about 7%, I think it was, in Tier 2, which doesn't mean anything.
No, exactly. But there's a little bit of cloud there, but yeah, possibly. Might
just cloud over, which obviously affects tyre temperatures, it affects the grip, so that could play another little part.
It could indeed. Let's have a look. Just having a quick look just through some of the YouTube comments. Let's just have a look at tyres as well. Here we go. There we go.
A lot of love for Andrew tonight.
There is a lot of love for Bottas.
It certainly is.
Yep. This is the thing. We get more interaction on the Tier 2 than we do on the Tier 1 on the YouTube chat. Come on, boys and girls and everyone. Oh, here comes the Lion King. Is the rain dance on? May need to cool Sarge down from all that sweating. Well, I think he may well be sweating in that Ferrari because he's got his closest person in the championship alongside him. But LRL is showing some immense pace. Tyres. No one's gone in the hards, so that kind of rules out. We've got Guy, Monster, the Slayer, Nick BT and Gatian all in the mediums. The rest start on the soft, so Rob in 19th and Shadow Cobra in 17th, so they'll be looking to make an early jump on the cars in front on the mediums.
Yeah, we saw a few. Scott had a good open incident. I think he got caught in an incident in T2, and obviously our race winner, I'm sure he starts on the mediums as well, so it's not a bad strategy call.
Ooh.
To be fair, it's really not, because our race winner did start on the medium tyres. I don't know what he did for strategy, but he really did try that, and it worked. Whatever they did, a lot of the early medium runners really did work well.
It did. I think he went medium soft, from what I remember. But I mean, he started 19th or something, 18th. So
yeah, he did.
I mean, it showed. I mean, okay, there was safety cars and the likes of Martin did pit earlier than say Morgan did, etc. So that all does bring it into it. But yeah, it's still a superb result. I mean, you can overtake on this track. You're kind of limited to the start-finish straight, run down from turn 3 to turn 4, and maybe up to the stadium section. But aside from that, it's not easy to overtake here.
It's not. I think the DRS can, if you maybe have enough ERS as well, which I was going to point out, the ERS, even if you don't have overtake, it's quite heavy on ERS this track. But I think if you have all full of that, the start-finish rate with DRS is worth about 0.6 of a second. But I will let you do the lights. So
Perfect.
Looking ready to
Here
go.
we go. We are indeed getting ready. And here we go with the lights. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here in Mexico City for Tier 1, we're underway. And it's a good start from LRL, already utilising the ERS. Instantly, Ofach is going to cover off J Sarge, who's got La Rappel already alongside him. This is where the slingshot strategy is going to begin. We've got 3 abreast at the moment, a couple abreast here. We've got LRL there. Is he going to go into the lead in the start? J Sarge is following him closely. He does. There's a Kid Dynamite shaped Alpine there as well. Everyone looks to have got through cleanly though, which is all good. We do have a yellow. Someone gone round. I think it's G-Star in the Red Bull, but everyone else clean, and we've got a move for the lead already. There is Ofach up the inside of LRL. Is he going to fight it? Yes, he does, but he's not going to win that one on a double right-hander.
No, on board with GSR, so that he was sandwiched a little bit. He was kind of caught on the inside into turn 1, backed out of it sensibly, and just kind of watched the drama unfold, playing the long game a little bit. He just not much he could do with that. He was really boxed in, LOL with Ofach, and just kind of had to back out a few times. But yeah, that was really good driving between all of them.
Yeah, no contact, maybe a slight bit of contact with G-Star at the back there. We'll no doubt hear about that, but everyone is through. All 20 have survived, he says, as Shadow Cobra's kind of tumbled down.
He's had a big incident on the way into the stadium.
He has indeed. There we go.
No damage to the red car.
Nope. There we go. Ofach is there. Nick BT. Ollie Racing is pitted. What's happened to Ollie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new front wing. Oh, and we've got a virtual safety car as well now. All right, okay.
And Sarah Cobra's pitted, so he may feel that he's got damage.
Yep. So Nick BT had a moment coming through the stadium as well.
Sorry, he actually lost his front wing, so that was a bit of a glitch with the graphics of the game. He actually did lose the bottom of the front wing. He lost that. Right,
okay. So maybe the game overcompensating for that. But yeah, virtual safety car already at the end of lap 1 neutralises the field. They all run to a time delta 40% reduction. They have a sort of, as we said, the time delta. They will get 14 seconds if they do go over that time delta. If you do not get back within the 14 seconds, or when the ESC ends, you're still negative, you will get a drive through penalty. Always better to stay in the green than be in the red. Let's see, J Sarge already weaving just to warm up those soft compound jazz, and this will help the soft compound runners because they'll extend their stint out slightly. The likes of Ollie and that have put on the... So Ollie's gone hard, so he's decided he wants to go long. He will have to pit again. Shadow Cobra's gone medium, so again, interesting. If you're La Rappel, you're sitting there about 1.6 behind J Sarge. You're just kind of watching it. There we go, VSC over, a DRS now enabled, and instantly J Sarge, instantly was there to pounce on LRL. Is it going to be... a little bit of wheel banging.
Wheel to wheel.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he did really well to hang outside of turn 2. That's very brave to do that. And he's still side by side.
He is. LRL breaks slightly earlier. J Sarge goes in there. I think, is LRL going to try and fight it? Yeah, but again...
J Sarge just using the... He's kind of entitled to do that, to use all of the track.
He is indeed. Puts a couple of places between him and La Rappel, which will be his happy place to be. We'll keep an eye.
He looks twitchy through that section though. A bit of a rear drift as well. He's Ferrari doesn't look too happy.
Ofach is gone. It's gone. Coming round. You kind of we called it earlier, saying if you lose the confidence, then you're gone. And
he's not retired though. Luckily.
No, he hasn't. He's stayed out. No front wing damage. But J Sarge inherits the lead. Tell you one.
And he was in clear air.
Yeah, J Sarge got really leery coming out of 17, and that's LRL's going to sail past him very shortly with DRS. J Sarge making him work. Yep, making him work for it, but there's no way he's going to be able to defend that. He's got much more confidence on the brakes.
Yeah, and it's a double DRS as well, so once you pass there, he's going to have it yet again. He does, opens it again.
He does indeed. Monster's gone down.
Monster's gone. Oh, the Mercedes. It said they had some bad luck and due some good luck and had some really strong qualifying. Races are just not working out for them.
No, they're not. And to be fair,
it's a long way to go, lads. If you're watching, keep your head down, lads. It's a long way to go.
Exactly. Still 32 laps to go. We've got Kid Dynamite now up into 4th, Johnny 5th, Alex 6th, Reese 7th, MTO and Guy 8th, 9th, and the Slayer in 10th. Tell you what, J Sarge has run a little bit wide coming through the S's there, and need to watch he doesn't start to accrue sort of track infringement penalties. He is within half a second of LRL, so I fully expect him to get DRS. But then, if J Sarge to get DRS, LRL would. Chris Bailey has passed Camel Bob, but they're having a little fight there. Is J Sarge close enough? It's one of these circuits with the long straight. You gain, and you think, and Shadow Cobra's retired. Ooh. He's lost it in the S's as well, and there is the safety car.
Oh, wow, so we've had virtual, now the full safety car.
The full safety car.
See, we saw this maybe a lap before. Lap before, I think it was, in Tier 2. And a few drivers did bail into the pits.
They did.
I think most of the field has passed it now.
They
won't do that. So it's going to be interesting to see who will bail, because they've all passed the safety car. The safety car's going to have to go around again. It's going to be interesting to see who does pit. Did that early strategy, we saw a few drivers do it.
Yep.
And who's going to follow that example?
Well, this is it. So, I mean, but let's just have a look to see where he did. They've cleared that Ferrari pretty quickly. That's annoying.
It was the second part of roughly where the leaders are now. Yeah. I think he lost it through there. They lost it quite early on in the S. It's normally the second part as you're trying to get the power down.
And again, and I think, and for those that the safety car settings on the game appear to have kind of been fine tuned in the most recent release. I think we've experienced the lots of safety cars in races and no safety cars in races where you would sometimes expect them. So we've gone back to standard mode, and there we go. LRL's pitting. Yep, and Larapel, Kid Dynamite. No, he bails.
Okay.
Yep. So Alex pits. Guy, we would expect to stay out. Slayer would expect to stay out. Okay.
Yeah, I was part of the Kid Dynamite MTO group that stayed out on the soft tyres, and it was one of those where we were a little bit at mercy.
Yes.
We did gain a bit of a gap straight away with the initial warm-up, but after that, the medium tyre runners were catching quite quickly.
Yeah,
and knowing they could stay out another 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah. And this is the thing, and I suppose here's the interesting thing though. Kid Dynamite and MT are the only two on the softs. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers all on medium tyres between them and the leader, which is LRL, J Sarge, LRL. Too many LRLs with Larapel and LRL. I'm like, I don't know. Hamburger, we're just going to call you Hamburger. J Sarge, then Larapel, and you've got you Joni and Alex. So, and then Reese has gone onto the softs. Reese was on the softs anyway, so he's gone soft. So he's
would you have to put the hards on for that? Because I put the mediums on after my damage on lap 17, and just about managed to take them to the end. I was on high 40s with about 3 or 4 laps to go, or the front left, and it hurt.
Yeah.
It's a long way. He would have to pit a similar lap time if you do take them about 11, 12 laps, give or take.
Yeah.
Even with safety car, it's
going to be touch and go.
A long way. Yeah. And he's gone for the hard tyres, and I think a few drivers did try that in Tier 2 and then took them off. Oh, Johnny's had a collision with Liverpool.
Yeah, so they've had a moment. The game now doesn't punish both drivers, it only punishes the one that I think the game deems responsible. Of course, they can be looked into by the stewards. As always, with safety cars and formation laps, stay within 10 cars of the car in front. Obviously, don't accelerate, brake to potentially throw off other drivers.
I think we did see that apparently. So I heard. I don't know how true it is. I haven't looked into it myself, as I haven't seen it on my steward's chat either. So I don't know what's going on there. But I did hear about it. I don't know if it was the safety car is quite slow, especially through the middle sector.
Yep.
It is, even the soft tyres, you struggle to keep the heat in them. So those on the fresh mediums, and especially like Ollie on the hards, are going to really struggle for the warm-up.
Yeah. And the thing is, Ollie's kind of unfortunate in that they had that opening kind of skirmish, and he's come out behind the kind of first group of runners. But it brings him, it brings G-Star, and it brings O'Fatch back up to the front of the grid and with everybody. So from that perspective, they're in a good place. Ollie's running his tribute helmet this evening as well. There we go. Lovely touch there from Ollie, as Martin did earlier on his as well. There's Chris Bailey's helmet, safety car on this side. So safety car really is only coming out for a couple of laps round here, which is good.
Yeah.
So we are.
Yeah, right. It does seem to have been fixed a little bit with the frequency, shall we say. We saw 2, and there were a few accidents again further on, and they didn't bring the safety car. I mean, I would have loved one, but they didn't bring it out. So I think it has been fixed a little bit more. Yeah. You're right.
Has indeed. Here we go. When's Kid Dynamite going to go?
He's up. Gone, I think. Oh, no, he has. I thought he was going into that corner there.
I'll tell you one thing, that was a very strange restart, up into 4th gear and down into like 70 miles an hour, but he goes.
It's a strange one now. There's a thing that they do glitch. He's got a good getaway there, I think.
The rappel's gone round.
He has.
Is MTO going to make a move though up into inside? No, he decides to back out against that. Oh, guy! Oh, almost went a little bit deep there. J Sarge and LRL are having a battle together. LRL and his teammate Nick BT. Nick BT's now in front of them. LRL there in 8th. J Sarge in 9th.
Yeah, well, it has a side by side.
Yep. Is J Sarge going to follow LRL through? He does.
He does.
I think he had to.
Yeah, Nick opportunistic move as well.
Yep, Nick BT needs to play the Haas team game and keep J Sarge behind, but he doesn't.
He's trying. He's gone wide to try to keep the Ferrari behind. Can't do it though.
No. And I'll tell you one thing. Already started to see some of those medium tyre runners getting leery and wide in the S's. Gatian gets the 3-second penalty. Monster's already got 3 seconds. But again, if you're not careful, you are going to have a moment and get more penalties, which come the end of reckoning isn't going to do you well. Look at the battle in the stadium bit between Nick BT, Eugeni, Alex and Reese. They're all together, almost 2 abreast. Ollie Racing's gone past O'Fatch.
I've actually just gone ahead of that. I'm looking at Andrew. He's battling with Gatian, and LRL's right up the back of him. No DRS just yet.
No.
Is he going to have a go? He's called up alongside. Who's latest on the brakes and bravest?
Andrew's going to hold him to it, but that round the outside. J Sarge is just going to watch this. He does exactly what he did with Nick BT, and it's 3 abreast.
Wow.
Oh, and now Andrew kind of falls into line almost there. J Sarge is past LRL. Yeah,
I'll tell you what, J Sarge has got that sector down to an absolute T.
He does.
He knows exactly where to place it. He's made the same move 3 times already. We're only on that and the safety car.
Yes.
He just plays that move every single time.
I tell you what, and I don't know whether it's just the camera angle, but as he came into the S's there, the rear end almost looked like again, he does it. It's like a 4-wheel drift.
It is, yeah. I mentioned this on like lap 2 or 3 or something, and he does. He's really got a loose. I can't even say that.
Yeah, he's going to have it's basically got a loose rear end, is what we're saying now.
I'm glad yes, it was. I was not going to make it more PG and not.
This is it.
But it does.
Medication is available, Jason. Gatian hopes his rear end is a bit more stable, but DRS is now enabled. Remember, not going to get it until the 3rd DRS detection zone. Is J Sarge going to make a move? Gatian.
J Sarge does not have any DRS left.
Yep.
He's trying to go to the outside, and then he's got the inside line. Is Gatian good? Gatian gives it up.
No, he does. I wonder whether Gatian's thinking, this isn't my fight, I'm going to just kind of hold off. And, what's happened? I thought there was a slow Mercedes there for a minute. But
there was, but Alex has got past Andrew. I don't know if he got... Because Joni's got past Alex's. Whoa, there was a dive there from Nick BT. A little bit of contact, no harm done, though.
Yep.
And also has to keep the place, as now with Nick BT, Ball Boy's having a go.
Yes.
Opportunistic.
It is a bit, and I think Ofach is going to try and recover some lost ground as well, but again, not the place you want to try and overtake through the S's.
It's not. Apparently some moves were made in Tier 2 then, and yes. I remember being on board with some of the drivers and they were not amused, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I can imagine that. Let's just see Gatian and LRL. Tell you what, LRL will not be a happy man. The hamburger will not be happy because he can see J Sarge getting away, and J Sarge is now on the back of Guy, our Tier 2 champion. And he's going to have DRS, but so will Guy.
The Slayer just got past Guy in the last corner, almost.
Wow. Kid Dynamite is away.
Well, got past very quickly through Gatian.
Yeah. J Sarge is going to make the move now.
Oh, Johnny, I think Gatian's running quite high downforce, because even with DRS, you've just been passed by Joni as well. Wow, good move for Mo Joni.
Yep, Slayer gets 3 seconds. I was going to say, because this
now got J Sarge, the pace of these guys on the fresh rubber.
Yeah, it's just incredible, really. I mean, again, okay, let's put it this way. I'll start that again. Kid Dynamite 3.5 seconds to MTO, and then the Slayer's gone round. He's been collected. Oh, yeah.
He's having such a good race.
Someone is missing a front wing end plate.
I think he spun on his own. But that's happened to me, and the car didn't ghost. Obviously, we weren't at the ghosting in MRC, and I did exactly that in turn 1 and hit another driver when there's nothing you can do. I'm not sure who that might have been. Who did hit him, but Gatian's had a moment as well going into the stadium. There's cars all over the shop.
Oh no! Everyone is in the stadium, is all together. There is Gatian, as you were quite right. Let's say the 2 Alpines are there as well.
Ollie's in the middle of that as well.
The 2 Alpha Tauris have collected each other. So
someone's pitted. I'm not sure who that was.
Guy is pitted. He was missing a front wing ends plate.
So that's who collected.
So there was certainly something there. Reese is... What's happened to Reese? Reese down 22 seconds behind. He's in the hards.
Yeah. Missed that.
Yeah, something's definitely happened there. So Ofach has passed the Slayer. LRL hunting down Jason. There's you, Joni. Monster. Oh,
I wonder if now there was a bit of a stage, and this was mentioned by a few people at Circuit of Americas last week, where the medium tyres tend to go through, and it's strange that the game's now brought this in, but it goes through a graining stage.
Yes.
And in the middle of the stint, as Andrew got a 4-wheel drift going into the S's, because I was on board with his 11 lap. Alex is gone.
He has completely. We just jumped on board at the moment. Full safety car. I have to fully agree with that decision by Michael McMassey. But wow. Yeah.
But that's about stage, the 5-6 laps. Kid Dynamite dives into the pit. Perfect time for him. Same with MTO, the leaders. This is the perfect time for them. Perfect.
Yep.
Absolutely. But this is about the stage, the 5, 6, 7 laps, where the medium tyres go through a kind of graining stage where they do fall off.
Yep.
And then they do come back to you.
They do.
About lap 8, 9, they'll be okay. Nick BT on 11 laps, he's actually pitted, to be fair.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad shout, to be honest. You can take them that long and decide to bail off. You're not going to lose much time, especially with the safety car.
Yeah.
But they do go through, if this had been full race conditions,
they
would have got away with it and be in okay situation for the next 3 or 4 laps. I think about 15, 16 laps is the limit of the medium tyres. That graining stage, and then they just, do start to just wear a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Japan was the same though, because I remember when I was joining Chris and Mark D in the commentary box whilst I was racing, and the mediums felt horrible around about 5, 6, 7, and then you got to laps maybe 9 and 10, and they started to come back quite nicely, and it was the same in Kota, and it's great that Codemasters have built that into the game, because it does give you the opportunity that it's not just a procession of mediums will last 16 laps and all of that, and it is good to see it, but it can lead to some, let's put it this way, some slight disasters for people if you get the tyres. I think Alex has said, I can't believe it again, so yeah.
Feel for him.
Yep. Not good at all. Full safety car though, which means we get to bring to the joys for the first time in Tier 1. Although we technically didn't do safety car chat the first time because all the pit stops. No, we didn't. Or did we? No, we didn't. Don't think we did. But we have a few things. Now, do you fancy hearing a bit about the a blowhole? Because it's after 9 o'clock, we're allowed to be slightly more blowholey. Mexico has one of the only blowholes on Earth, La Bufadora. And if you're Mexican, I've already offended you multiple times tonight with an appalling accent, but just outside of Ensenada, Mexico, lies La Bufadora, which means the blowhole. This natural wonder in the Punta Banda Peninsula, the PBP of Baja California State, is a must visit. And amongst the most fun places in Mexico, La Bufadora, located on a rocky cliff, has a hole that shoots into the air up to 100 feet above the ocean. Wow, that's some shooting power.
That's wow. That's been building up for a while.
Yeah, that is. Boo! It's one of only a handful of blowholes in the world that reach this height. Others include Halona Blowhole in Hawaii, Kiama Blowhole in Australia, and Humanaya Blowhole in Sri Lanka. That's where Frank is. That's where your teammate is. He's gone for some blowhole action.
I think MRC is more important. Get back to...
Yes!
Well, no, where's he based, Frank? France?
Down south.
No, he's French.
Is he?
I'm sure he's French.
He's Irish.
He's mentioned that. I'm sure he's French, though.
What, does he live in France?
Watching,
yeah.
Clear it up.
Yeah, are you Irish or French? And where do you live? Irish. Oh, French-Irish, exactly. But yeah, one of the only blowholes on Earth. That, I do have to say, looking at the pictures, if you Google blowhole, I can't really say what else might come up, but yeah, that's a fairly good one. So yeah, blowholes is a fun one. And who loves a bit of hot chocolate?
It's a bit of thriller, this one.
Well, this is it. So, when Hernan Cortes landed on the shores of Mexico, the Aztecs thought he was a white god, and they welcomed him with what they thought was a heavenly beverage, hot chocolate. Now, how did Cortes repay them, you're all asking? And you're all thinking he would sort of give them gifts and everything and be happy. Well, he raped, pillaged and burned their homes to the ground. Now, it wasn't on the account of the hot chocolate being bad, he just wasn't a nice guy. So, Hernan Cortes, evil man, bad man. Yeah.
I just choked on my drink, I'm not going to lie. I saw something else happening there. I didn't see that one coming. I'm not... Wow.
Well, you didn't see the blowhole going kaboom.
That nearly choked up my blowhole.
Well, there you go. The safety car is in this lap. The blowhole that is
Thank goodness for that.
Yes,
I'll just
exactly.
mute the microphone and cough my way out and clear my blowhole.
Well, I was about to then talk about a very small thing. So that's quite nicely that we'll go to.
Is Chris Bailey listening?
Yes, Chris Bailey is listening. He is the blowhole of MRC.
Yes.
Not talking about not the blowhole of MRC, but a volcano of MRC. J Sarge. He is getting ready to explode. Oh, he picks up 3 seconds.
Wow.
Oh, that was unnecessary.
A bit of lapse of concentration. Now he's really... I tell you, he was in the perfect position here. Kid Dynamite.
Yes.
2 laps on those medium tyres.
Yep.
That safety car, perfect time for him. But Joe's behind him, he's gone on the soft tyres. So that's going to be interesting.
It is indeed. LRL and Ujoni there, and there is Kid Dynamite. Again, different lines some of the racers are taking as they go into turns 1 and 2. Nick BT has passed Monster. There is Chris Bailey.
As Ballboy had a little bit of a moment, just a little bit slow, he may have done, but he's okay and recovered it.
Oh, yep.
Chris Bailey and Liverpool.
Yep, Chris Bailey.
Drivers on it.
Yep. Oh.
Guys, had a move on Monsters. Monster going to try. He can't get through. So one Alpha Tauri, now he's in an Alpha Tauri sandwich.
He is. Man. He is indeed. There he goes. The two Alpha Tauris.
A bit of a squiggle as well.
Oh, I know Fatch's going to pass him.
Fatch, he does, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Andrew has to watch it. He got a little bit close there.
Yeah, he's got a bit of drive to do that.
MTO Genie's had a moment because he's lost 2 places and he's about to lose a third.
Yeah, he is. Is he going to defend it on the inside? Just put that inside line. It's very tight through there, and there's a few drivers did have a bit of a dive bomb. I tried a few times and backed out. Tried to go the outside and backed out. I think wisely.
Yes, otherwise I think you end up in a position you don't want to be in. Let's put it that way. And talking about position that doesn't want to be in, Chris Bailey doesn't want to be in the position he's in at the moment because G-Star is hounding him at the moment. No DRS though until the end of this lap. So Chris Bailey does stay in 6th, Larapel 5th, Kid Dynamite. Yeah, you're right. He's there hounding you, Johnny.
Yes, yeah, I'm on board with him at the minute, and obviously that it shows how powerful the DRS is round here, especially on the main straight. A little bit of a lock-up, but no harm done, and it just shows how powerful it is.
Yeah, you Johnny there. 10 laps, J Sarge, LRL, and you Johnny. Kid Dynamite on 3. Then we've got Larapel, Chris Bailey, G-Star on 10 lap old mediums, MTO, Nick BT, and Guy on 3 and 4 lap old softs.
Yeah, the last kind of safety car and virtual has really actually hurt those front 3 with that. Dynamite staying out that little bit longer. It's just put him in absolute prime location as well for all of this. And I'm not going to hedge with bets because I'm not doing a commentator's curse. I'm sick of doing that.
Where we make bold predictions and
there was G-Star MTO had a look in the last corner, but it's left him vulnerable to Nick BT. Already passed, and then got a guy as well. DRS is now. No, it's not. It's available now. This lap.
Yep, but they're not going to quite things. MTO's going to drop behind Nick BT. Is Guy going to follow him through? I think MTO's trying to get a bit of slipstream from G-Star. It's not going to.
There's gone round.
So Nick BT, and we've seen that. He's going to have to watch. He just came in what looked like too hot. And that has really thrown G-Star. G-Star almost looks like... I thought he got away with it. Yeah, I thought he got away with it though, because G-Star was in front of Nick BT and I thought he got away with it, but it looks as if he got almost the kick effect, where... that's not good at all. But I'll tell you one thing, Kid Dynamite's past Gigione and all that. Slight madness.
Yeah, he's 1.1 behind, and also that's just interesting to see the grip that he may have on that now. On those fresher tyres.
Tell you what, LRL is right hooked onto the back of J Sarge, and he will get DRS.
And I've mentioned this in previous races. That close, following a car that close, isn't a bad thing. You don't always get huge amount of disturbance and lack of downforce. It's when you as LRL gets a bit of a slide on. That's commentator's curse. That'll do for tonight. That distance away isn't too bad. It's when you get to 0.8 to a second, even 1.2. That's where the dirt, really, really can hurt you, and it's especially the middle sector is very, very difficult. But that 3-4 tenths isn't bad. You're close enough to get away with it a little bit.
Oh, completely. And LRL Hamburger was about 12 miles an hour faster with the DRS than J Sarge was. That's not that much of a speed advantage.
It's not.
Compared,
I noticed it. I think when I had it, I was even less than that, to be honest. And that shows the package and the downforce that you can potentially run.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just on board with Kid Dynamite just now, and he is prime position right now. Because bear in mind that J Sarge and LRL will have to pit again, as will Kid Dynamite, but he could go on to the softs, whereas they most likely will have to go on the mediums.
Yeah, and you can see the grip he's got coming into the castle section, the stadium section. Castle section, that's Baku.
That's Baku,
wrong track. We've done that once already. Last season, but I think you can see the grip he had, and that's just there, the continue effect. He just isn't able to get the power down, but LRL didn't pull away in the acceleration zone there. No,
he didn't. And I'll tell you one thing, J Sarge has much better traction coming out of the stadium section, and that is allowing him to stay ahead of LRL. Again, 12 miles an hour difference.
It is. And if you look at the ERS, Kid Dynamite 44%. It's LRL, he's having a go, he's going to have a go, yes, he's going to go down the outside, but J Sarge's favourite place, so you have to try that on the outside there. Yeah, J Sarge defending. He's still got 73%.
Yeah.
J Sarge's only just recovered to 22%. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And he was really, and that's the thing with the leaders, and I've mentioned this many times. Oh, he's got another one.
Yep.
That shows how much he's pushing.
And
this is something we're not used to seeing.
No.
I mean, Johnny's got 11 seconds worth of penalties in fourth.
Yeah. But I mean, that's 6 seconds already for J Sarge, 0 for LRL Hamburger, and 0 for Kid Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, let's see what J Sarge does coming out of this final part. That seems to just give him better traction. I mean, he short shifts, but this time LRL is much closer.
Yes, and I think that's just due to...
Yep, there we go.
He's going to go for it, and I think that's a bit of a slam dunk.
Yep, and Kid Dynamite's going to go as well. Is Dynamite going to go over the inside? No, he doesn't. He thought better of it. And again, though,
he's going to have the DRS this time round, especially J Sarge not having any ERS.
That is good awareness. Yeah, it's good awareness from Kid Dynamite though, because I think even he looked and thought, this might end in disaster.
Yeah, that gap was always going to close. You know, J Sarge defending from one, trying to not lose too much. Yeah, that gap was always going to close on him.
So you just wonder now whether Sarge will go. Does he just sit back for a couple of laps, try it? Oh, and he's twitchy again as he comes through the S's. Or does he pit now, throw this fresh set of mediums on, and then hope that Hamburger follows him in a lap and he's got a nice lap or two of fresh mediums?
The undercut is mega powerful. There was a certain driver, I don't mind mentioning it was Fanning, who was behind me in a train, pitted just as the safety car came out, even behind the safety car, because even the deltas. He jumped about 4 places.
Wow.
Out of the train.
Yep.
With the undercut. And he made it, and it's so powerful for that reason.
Oh, completely. And it is one of those, it's a bit like Brazil as well. Brazil is a powerful circuit for the undercut as well. Larapel's just been vanquished Chris Bailey. Can we call him Chris Blowhole Bailey?
I like it. David Blowhole Bailey.
David Blowhole Bailey. Oh, Christ, I can't keep calling him Chris. Come on, David Blowhole Bailey. There we go.
And I've done it twice.
Yeah, that's your new nickname, David. Blowhole Bailey.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll open something up to all the 30 people watching.
Yes.
We have nicknames for many drivers. We have the T-side twosome in the commentary box, myself and Morgan. We have Eminem. Myself and Simba. Yep. There's nothing for us.
I called us the Northern Lights.
I like it.
I think the Northern Lights is a good one because technically, Northern Lights. We'll go with that. There's obviously the Jungle Drums, which is me and Mark. There is
J Sarge Pits. Sorry.
Yep, it does indeed. No, it does indeed. Carl and I don't have one. Might have to have a think about that one. Although he likes to feel up wings.
It's better than blowholes, so it's fine.
Well, yeah, that's true. And then obviously Connor gets involved as well.
He's the other side of the T side. Well, it's a T side 3.5 some.
3.5 some. Yep, that's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, exactly. Blowhole Bailey. Thomas Clue has a chuckle there. But yes. So we've got in the nicknames we've got LRL, who's Hamburger because he supports Hamburg in Germany.
That's where it comes from.
That's where it comes.
Monsters out.
What's happened to Monster?
That's turn 3, outside of turn 3.
Wow.
Safety car. Now, this is going to be mega this for the top 2.
Yep, and Larapel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, let's just keep an eye. So, Hamburger for LRL. Kid Dynamite, we can just go with Kid D. Larapel. I don't really have. I mean, I just think Rappel, rappel down a mountain.
Yeah.
Fatch. Do I really have one for him?
No, don't for that.
Blowhole.
Don't for him.
Blowhole Guy. Guy? No.
We need some more for the commentary duos that we've got.
Yes.
Oh, I think Dynamite was thinking about it and did actually follow suit.
Oh, he did, yeah. Oof, I was thinking that there. Now, where is Jay Sarge in all of this shenanigans? Coming into the stadium.
Yeah, this is going to be quite close, this.
Yep. So he's running at the
guys
Delta.
Have left the pit box. They've left the pit box.
Soft?
I think those two are going to...
soft? They're going soft.
This is going to be the limit of what's available for them.
Yes. So safety car is out. It's going to come in maybe lap 26, which gives 10 laps of racing.
We've got the Slayer through Sector 2, so he's quite a way behind. If he doesn't pit, he'll be okay. If he does, we'll have a good 2 laps, I would say, behind the safety car.
I'll tell you one thing. Look at this. So, Hamburger, softs. Kid Dynamite, softs. Sergeant, mediums. Thatch, softs. Yeah. Ugoni and Reese, the alphas, mediums. Lurapel and Guy, softs. I think this is one of Guy's strongest races in Tier 1 to date this season.
Yeah, which is good to see.
Yep.
I think he kind of deserves that. He was monstrous last season, especially at the second half, and he's... Yeah.
Blowhole Bailey has gone mediums.
I love it.
Blowhole Bailey. Anyway, Camel Ball Boy stayed out. He's not going to get... could he get to the end? Just. But I think he'll be a sitting duck. So, G-Star... mediums.
He will be a sitting duck there, because he'll have taken them about as long as I did. And, I mean, it'll help him with the safety car. I didn't get that, and it was tough.
Yep.
Very tough. But I managed to keep Scott within the 3 seconds. At the end, when Scott just breezed past me. To get the place back. And like I said, that graining stage, the last 2 laps, they were gone, but they go for grip, but they just slide a little bit, so you can manage it. So a ball boy, yes, he will be a sitting. He will find it very, very difficult with the fresh guys behind.
Yeah. Again, and I'm going to come back.
Close, that one.
Yeah, and I just look at Jay Sarge's penalties. 6 seconds. He will be kicking himself. I mean, he got his first set of penalties at the first safety car where he kind of jumped to the curb in turn 16. So he'll be kicking himself at that. LRL, we don't know how many warnings him and Kid Dynamite have had. So there's a fine balance.
One of those tracks where it's difficult. Some corners you can bounce across and be fine. And then there's some that you just touch that line and it gives you a penalty. It is another difficult one, and it seems to be the middle sector, apart from when Jay Sarge jumped the curve on the last corner, where it gives you the penalties. I think it was Monster got one in the first sector, but you've got to really outbreak yourself and kind of make an error, if you will. And if there's a few, it's through the second. Hang on, let me get 1, 2, 3. Through turn 5, if you go really wide to the second chicane, and even the first chicane, you can get away with it because you're so far wide. You've just seen with this game.
Yeah, it's that very unique way of the game penalises you for millimetres over, but you run extremely wide. And Andrew's saying, Bottas is saying that the traction just went and that was it. But again, we called this out in both Tier 2 and in Tier 1 qualifying that says if you don't have the traction going through the S's, or you don't have the confidence in the car, you're going to go in, and you're going to go into the wall heavily. We've seen it with Alex, we've seen it with Monster. I'll be honest, I think at least one more could go. But who? Oh God!
And it was a late call for the safety car to pit.
It was, I'll tell you one thing. Look at them all behind LRL.
Yeah. Really back them up, and I tell you what, this is... Who knows what's going to happen with this one? This restart.
It's going to go through your breast. Oh no! Jay Sarge is there. Let's just keep an eye. Jay Sarge isn't going to be able to make it up the inside. No, he is. He's going for it.
He's going to have a go.
LRL's opened the door. Kid Dynamite's going to go round there. Is he going to make it? Is he going to make it? Oh!
But now he's going to be at the mercy going wide.
There is as well, and he's done it.
Wow.
Dynamite just, I'll be honest, he got his elbows out, and good on him, because, look at that, so Thatch is second.
Thatch on the outside.
Wow. Gatian's gone. He's retired. Sarge has now been swapped. Whoa, wait a minute. So Sarge is now up the inside of Hamburger.
I think Gatian must have lost it. He's in the middle of the straight now. I don't know if there was that many hustling, bustling, and fighting in the middle. I don't know if he's got hit to go that far down. That's almost not far off the braking zone.
Yeah. Andrew corrected me. It was turn 2 where the traction went, so not through the S's, but it's still a similar-ish principle. J Sarge is now hounding O'Fatch, but this is allowing Dynamite to just bolt. And that's what he wants.
Got damage to his front wing.
Oh, that's not good.
No, he was having a good race as well.
Yep. Kid Dynamite 1.7 already, 1.6. So
he had those fresh. He's used those fresh tyres to just perfectly.
Yeah.
Got the move done early to get that clear air, but now it's up to O'Fatch now, isn't it?
Yep. Is O'Fatch. J Sarge pulls out. Oh, there we go. Yep. I'll tell you one thing.
I think Fatch saw him though and gave him a little bit more room, which was really. That's why these guys are tier 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that awareness.
Yeah, and I mean the way that Sarge just absolutely dashed out from behind O'Fatch, it was just incredible there. O'Fatch just again though, I think J Sarge. I think we said it before. Oh, one of the alphas get a bit twitchy, but J Sarge just seems to have more confidence on the brakes than the others.
Lapel's got past to Johnny. He's got another.
Oh wow. This is really, he's going to be absolute. And LRL now gets, so all of a sudden, Kid Dynamite is 3 seconds ahead of O'Fatch, and he doesn't have any penalties. But, it's all, I'll tell you what, I think O'Fatch is struggling, because Sarge and LRL are all over him. I mean, 117.8 from Dynamite, wow. Let's see, I think J Sarge is. LRL's gone for it already, yeah.
But they're 3 abreast already.
They are. There we go.
And I think J Sarge, he's already flashing the amount of ERS that guy uses. There's a little bit of contact there.
Yep. I'll tell you one thing, Fatch has got a quick car because he's survived still. I mean, we watched on board all that way. He has a quick motor vehicle beneath him.
LRL has used a lot of his ERS as well and been a little bit of victim to Reese.
He has.
Is Alpha going to make the move? He does.
Tell you what.
He gets decent time penalty for his troubles.
Yeah. Kid is blowing away. I mean, he's 5 seconds and all of this battling. I mean, J Sarge needs basically 9 seconds ahead of Kid Dynamite. Oh, look at how much confidence Sarge has got through the S's compared to O'Fatch.
Yeah, we've said earlier that it seems twitchy, that Ferrari through there, but it's obviously how he likes the car. He likes the rear end to step out and just to balance it on the edge, and a lot of drivers do. They do say it's a quicker way round. Yeah. It scares the life out of me.
Yes, I was about to say maybe it's a quicker way round, but you're going to be in it for the rest of the session.
Yes, I think that's just down to skill. That's where
Thatch is going to have him.
He's got 0%. We don't normally see that low down, but 0% for Sarge, and that's why we said a move.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. I thought for a moment
could have ended in tears.
Yes, I genuinely thought for a minute that was going to end in tears. Oh wow! So LRL Hamburger chasing down Reese. Lurapel's behind him. Guy's all over them as well. Great racing there. Joni's behind Guy. It is just a train of cars.
Yeah, Blowhole Bailey's there. Ollie's still within touching distance. G-Star's there. Ball Boy Nick. We've had a DRS train before. But we've now got 10 cars in a DRS train.
Yep. Do you know that Reese has had a moment? But do you know what the more interesting thing is? Look at the penalties, and there's a combination of 3 seconds. Like Blowhole Bailey's got 3 seconds, Hamburger's got 3 seconds. The 2 Alphas, the 2 Alfa Romeos need to watch they don't kind of thing. But Guy up to 6th, great racing from him. J Sarge has passed O'Fatch, but who was ahead? But who was ahead for DRS? Oh, Sarge is not going to get DRS. We're on board with Thatch.
And you could get done by LRL as well. He's got a big one on in the ice. And where's Liverpool coming as well? He's got it.
Oh,
is Liverpool going to do it as well?
He's gonna try it. He's gonna try. Is he gonna keep it stable? Oh, he doesn't quite manage.
Two positions, up to
he
second.
Has? Wow. This and this is the thing. It is all DRS. The person at the front is the victim to a mugging every single time. But Thatch's car is slippy in a straight line. RL's is on nitrous. Wow.
And the gap to the leader
is growing.
Monstrous.
Yeah. 7 seconds, 7.5. Get Dynamite. To give him his due though, he made the move when he had to, and he has just driven his race. He hasn't worried about who's behind him, etc, etc. Although I would slightly be worried if I was O'Fatch now, because... Well, actually, 53% versus 27. I mean, it's literally a train of cars.
Yeah, and this is where, even if you don't use overtake, it will destroy your ERS. It just does. You're on full throttle, and it just kills it. And
Sarge is going.
Probably next Sarge already.
But again,
he's flashing. He's already on 3%.
Yeah. Lirapel's going to look for a move, is he? No, he doesn't.
I might have had a bit of pace for that.
Yep. But again, though, J Sarge didn't. Oh! That was a very slow... Oh, it's a virtual safety car.
I wondered. I just nicked a Kid Dynamite, and I don't know what. I didn't understand. I didn't see that.
No,
I thought there was a problem. I don't know. You obviously we don't get kind of those kind of retirements.
Yeah.
But honestly, I thought his connection had gone.
Oh well. So I suddenly seen J Sarge coming out of turn 3, really slow, and I thought, is he sitting on the apex to get a better kind of run? But who has actually had a moment? Who's retired?
The
Slayers. Yep. Maybe he had a moment. Maybe there's debris on track, as Jeff likes to tell us. There's debris on track.
But I was on board. I just nipped a Kid Dynamite just see where down the road he was, and that's what got me. He was slow down the straight and backed off. That's what I thought his connection had gone.
Yeah.
And
so here we go. DRS gets enabled right. Oh, Thatch has run deep slightly into 16. That's going to give Sarge a bit more of breathing space. Lirapel, though, here he goes. Let's see what happens here, because the gap between Sarge and Thatch is 7 tenths, 6.5, 6 tenths, 5 tenths, 4 tenths, but he's not close enough. Is he going to make a move? He's going to...
He used ERS most of the way down the straight as well.
He did. And Sarge...
I think it was more defence, but Liverpool, 70%.
And Sarge again, the re-ren stepping out. He ran deep into one. He's flashing. Thatch, I think, tried to go up the inside there. J Sarge was quite right to defend, but harsh, but fair.
Yeah, no contact made.
Nope. But again, the ERS use on that Ferrari. I mean, if he isn't sweating buckets in his seat now, he might well be soon.
I'm very, very impressed with Liverpool with this, because I'm one of the drivers like him, doesn't like to use ERS unless it's really defensive work or really attacking work.
Yep.
And even there were times when I'm sure my ERS was flashing, because I got down quite low at one point, and it took me a while to get it back up. To get 75% and be in the position he's in is fantastic driving.
Yeah.
Without best way to describe it. It really is. And he's looking to gain 1 place at the moment due to penalties.
Yep. Is Thatch going for it?
But
Lirapel's on the outside. It's 3 abreast. So Thatch is...
I got a little bit confused there. I got completely lost. So now he's on for podium spot. Yeah.
So, and again, and I'll come back to this, and I was just looking at it. Guy up 8 places from the start. Tremendous race from him. And again, he is potentially there, depending on how it goes with penalty. Okay, no, actually, he's got 9 seconds. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but it's not
but it's still...
Well, actually, it's that close. I don't know if he might be outside the points as it stands.
Yeah.
Chris Bailey will get a few.
Yep, he will.
Sorry, David Blowhole Bailey. Apologies, I do forget. I should use his proper name.
Exactly.
His christened name.
Exactly, David Blowhole Bailey at your service.
Genie... See, Rob is 3.1 behind Nick BT.
Nick, yep.
But that is part of that gaggle, as the AlphaTauris have a little bit of what's happened to Thatch. She's just got mugged a little bit by Reese as well. But because of those guys being very close, if Rob can close a little bit more in the last 3 racing laps, there's still potential for, well, you'd be close to points.
Yep. Is Larapel? Nope, Larapel thought about it, we're just on board with him. I think he may look to have a move down that second DRS zone. Because certainly at the moment...
tight through turn 2 and get the drive out of turn 3.
He's not close enough though.
Dressage gets a good drive again.
What's happened to Reese? Reese has had a moment with... Reese had a moment, Ollie's down, blowholes past him.
Yeah.
Oh, Kid Dynamite gets 3 seconds, so he has to watch. This is where it's all going to start to go off.
But LML's got 3 seconds as well in second, so it's kind of one of those that it doesn't, I use the term matter, it obviously matters, but it's nullified it a little bit. He's still 7.6 ahead, and LOL 3, the rest of them more than that guy. 12 seconds. This compares him badly at the end of the race.
It is. I mean, the Slayer's setting fastest laps, but he's last, so it's not going to get him any points. He might be quick there, but it's not going to get him points.
Those guys are just going through turn 2 now, the Slayer, and as our leader crosses the line.
Yep. Tell you what, Larapel's much closer now to Sarge. Much closer. It's 0.4 of a second, and Sarge has basically no ERS. He's down to 7.6. He's using it, 5.4, 5.
He's flashing, the light's flashing.
There we go.
He's a bit of a duck.
Yep.
He was.
The thing is, and again though, it comes back to it, do you really want to pass on the second to last lap, or would you rather have sat behind him for another lap and got him on the final lap, because then he wouldn't be able to get back at you? But Larapel could just be quicker, and Larapel has got 29% ERS.
And 3 seconds better off on penalties.
Yep, exactly.
You would have to say the top 2 nailed on.
Yes.
Not just penalties, but the gaps as well.
Yep.
It's this little button for the last podium spot.
Yeah.
Because 10 laps on the softs, yes, there was a little bit behind the safety car. It's still going to start going off, and J Sarge will have gone through.
Oh, he's got another 3 seconds.
Oh, I'll stop talking.
So
that kind of nullifies my next point. To be fair.
Well, it's now at the point though where Sarge could fall behind Ofach.
That's what
Eugene.
He's gonna have. That's the gap. He's now can't really look ahead. He needs to look backwards, and I think Ofach is moving backwards. To be fair, Sarge still has enough pace.
He does.
He's got the DRS just to help him down this last straight, this last lap.
Oh, getting out of the way, MTO. Oh, MTO's DNF'd, so he's still.
Has.
Yep.
Genie
gets 10 seconds for corner cutting.
That's
strange.
Yeah, that's not a Rob thing. That
Larapel ran.
Whoa, Larapel really got it wrong.
Genie's retired, but Larapel has had a moment because he's now
behind.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't know, but now he's fighting. But I think the soft tyres have gone. I think his tyres have gone. He got very squirrely.
So has he pushed them too much?
I wonder if he's in the dirt, fighting, just that extra lap.
Maybe. I mean, we're just watching the man that is Kid Dynamite in the Alpine coming through the stadium section. He's going to come through to take a well-deserved victory here in Mexico. And here he comes to the adorning Mexican fans. There is Kid Dynamite through to win. Well-deserved win. LRL Hamburger Man is going to come through in second place. We'll see him come across the line. And here is J Sarge, who will come through in third, but will not get on the road because Larapel jumps in front of him. Guy, what a race by him. Fifth on the road. He will lose it through penalties, but even so, still a good result. Camel Ball Boy comes across. Actually, Camel Ball Boy, Guy, sixth.
Yeah, he did jump. But J Sarge, there was one surprise there. He kept the fourth place, so that's really good. That's good for him.
He did. Chris, G-Star 7th. Blowhole Bailey is 8th, so he's...
Fatch was up there and he's lost it at the last corner. He's lost outside the last corner. He's disqualified because he didn't move it. And he was in for good points.
Yep. Nick BT 9th, Camel Ball by 10th, Reese 11th, 12th is Ollie. And the Slayer 13th. Oh, Ollie's lost his front wing as well. Something's happened on the final lap to Ollie. Poor Ollie. He was there. He was battling with them, but wow. There we go. It's 13 finishers. That's quite... Again, it's not a circuit you necessarily think high retirements. You think there's going to be action. You think there's going to be moments. Nick BT gets Game Driver of the Day. Yeah, I think there's probably... I would have said Guy would have possibly got it, but...
Dynamite for me.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. There is Dynamite on the podium. LRL Hamburger in second. La Rappel in third. There he is. Well-deserved win for Kid Dynamite. Again, just kept it, made the moves at the right moments, and capitalised on post-safety car. Can't beat it. Cannot beat it at all. But there we have it, folks. We'll just run down the provisional results as always. Posting stewards inquiries. Kid Dynamite first, LRL second, La Rappel third, J Sarge fourth. He's only fifth. Guy, well-deserved sixth. G-Star seventh. Chris Bailey in eighth place for the Blowhole family. Nick BT ninth and Camo Ballboy 10th. Reese 11th. The Reese was having such a good race at points as well, and then seemed to fall down the field. Ollie in 12th. The Slayer in 13th. Gene Junior, the first of the DNFers. And then we have MTO, Gatian, Monster, Alex, Shadow Cobra, and O'Thatch, who was disqualified. The rest did not finish. But again, it's another interesting race, and we bring on to Tier 3 and 4 on Wednesday, which will no doubt have more excitement as well.
Yeah, they're normally good for it.
Yeah. And
to be fair, I'm glad there's a day between the two.
Yeah.
Because after tonight we've had... I had battles myself, and then to commentate on this absolute thriller of a race, I'm so glad there's a day off to recover.
Yep, fully agree with you there. It is a day off to recover, and as always, folks, join us at 7 o'clock for Tier 3 with me and you again, I think.
I'm Tier 4. I'm not Tier 3 this week.
All right, well, there we go. We'll get there, and then Tier 4 is you and Mr. Simba.
Is it Blowhole Bailey with you?
Oh, it's a Blowhole Bailey with me. Oh, there it is. There we go. Blowhole Bailey, folks, you cannot miss the stream purely on the basis that Blowhole Bailey is going to make his... Oh, no, it'll be second race commentary, because he did do co-coms with Mark D last time in Japan. So Blowhole Bailey will be with me in Tier 3. This is going to keep going. Mark, this will keep going. Mark, thank you for tonight, sir, as always.
Thank you.
We brought a tremendous Tier 1 race. Do join us again for Tier 3 and 4 on Wednesday evening, and we will see you then. Have a good evening.